Armando Lopez, and as you can see, they're eating breakfast right now. All the daycares provide both breakfast and lunch to the children, and we're really excited that our project is going to help provide more nutritional meals for them through providing more fruits and vegetables, as well as offsetting the cost and freeing up their spending so they can buy healthier proteins and grains, and just overall improve nutrition and budgeting of the meals.
Alright, right behind me here is the start of the tilapia fishery at Presidio. As you can see, it's really in the beginning stages. They're going to fill in that border with concrete and then build the walls up using those blocks there, and then cover the whole thing in cement. So in about a week or so, it should be ready to go. Also around here is where they're going to build the raised beds like we saw before, and we actually just found out that those are for the radishes because they need to be grown in a raised bed environment, and that the rest of the crops will be planted in flatbeds. So we're really learning a lot.
Here we are in Octavio Ortiz in La Canoa. This is one of our 3 daycare centers that our project is partnered with, and they have 32 children that they split between 2 classes. One of the classes is outside. These are the older kids playing for recess. And this is one of the sites that has already built their tilapia fishery. So we can go check that out as well. So behind me is El Presidio, one of the centers we are working with. And there's a lot of action here today because they're doing heights and weights of the children to measure growth and put them on growth charts. And they're also working on the tilapia fishery, so you can see some of the bricks that they'll use to build the walls behind us. And they're also mixing concrete to help build up the walls as well. So there's a lot of action here today. Cloud.
Alright, we're here at one of the garden site at Armando Lopez. Behind us here is the fish tank that they're actually building. As you can see now that they're mixing the cement that they're going to put on the fish tank as well as on the bottom to make the bottom of it. So it should be done really soon, which is really exciting. And then behind the fish tank is actually, they built one of the beds, so they're making a lot of progress here as well.
Here we are at the Armando Lopez Daycare Center, which services about 50 kids from both the Armando Lopez community and other surrounding ones. All 3 of our host mothers work here, Gondola, Reyes, and Mercedes. And then to the left of me is the school after that, which goes up to about 9th grade.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm collecting the data from the Armando Lopez Center. It's all written down on this sheet, and I'm taking it from this sheet and putting it into an Excel chart. And what this will allow us to do is then assess the effectiveness of our project over time. This is before the gardens have been implemented. What we'll do is we'll start to look at the data after the gardens have been put into place, and we'll be able to see how the children's nutrition is improving.
Okay. So here we are at Acudesbal's main office, and this is one of the murals they have here, which represents their history, some of their history again, their present and their future. So this part of the mural represents the Salvador Civil War, which happened from the early 1980s until the early 1990s, and the history of the war is still very alive in the communities here today. Many of the people served in the army. So. And then here is the refugee camps where many people they left and went to Honduras and Nicaragua during the Civil War. And where they learned, here it says that organization is the solution. So just about like community organizations and banding together. And this represents their present struggles with continuing flooding and natural disasters. They've displaced a lot of people. They ruined a lot of livestock and farm areas, and also ruined a lot of homes. But here is where you can see the present and the future, where the communities are really uniting through organizations, and they see a lot of hope in the future.
Go.
This is Acudesbal's slogan. as you know, Acudesbal stands for, I'm saying Spanish first, then English. Asociación de Comunidades Unidas para el Desarrollo y Educación Social de Bajo Lempa, which in English is Association of Communities United for the Development of Education and Health in the Bajo Lempa region. The corn represents maize, which is their main food crop. The sickle represents farming, which is their way of life. The fist in the middle represents farmers and campesinos rising up and for their rights. And behind it is the sun. Each individual ray of the sun represents one of each of the 29 different communities that Acudesbal is associated with.